Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our Bachelor Listen to Your Heart finale reaction. All of our hearts are aflutter in joy and happiness. Chris and Bree are off on the magical tour bus of love.
We finally got a win. We took a giant L yesterday on American Idol. Arthur Gunn didn't win. We're going to take a giant L tomorrow on The Voice when Todd wins. It is very, very rare that you're watching a reality show and you're rooting for somebody and they actually win. It is crazy to me that they actually gave them the win.
Is Chris and Bree suddenly the most successful Bachelor Nation win we've had in a while? Because we dealt with Jed, and then we've dealt with Peter.
Oh my goodness, yeah, no, they are totally a win.
Yeah, I am so happy. We have so much to discuss. We actually know kind of how this show works now, but before we go any further, if you guys do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss any other updates. If you guys missed it, Chris and Bree, it seems like they are not only still together, they have an album that is out entitled Chris and Bree. It is a very original album title name. It tells you exactly what you need to know. It looks like there's like a combo platter of like some songs they did on the show with maybe some other stuff that's in there as well.
And that's cool. That's a perfect way to market yourself. You've got some songs, some covers that we've already heard from them that, you know, fans are going to like, and plus some original stuff as well.
Good on them for really managing to figure out how to put out an album in like a very, very short period of time,
yeah,
especially
no kidding.
with everything that's going on in the world. But They not just win the album game, they win the game of love. They win all of our hearts, despite the Bachelor editor's attempts to try to make it seem like there was some like random impromptu drama in the middle of this episode.
Okay, we need to talk about the fantasy suite thing before we talk about Matt and Rudy and everything else that went on, because I felt that the show was really starting to push this narrative like, oh, if you go to the fantasy suites, everything works out for you. If you don't go to the fantasy suites, you'll end up like Chris and Bree, where you're not getting along the next day, which I thought is complete BS. The thing about the fantasy suites is, me personally, I have never been a fan of the fantasy suites. I think it's a little bit ridiculous to be doing that on TV and to pushing that kind of physical relationship after such a short period of time for people that might not want to do that. There might be a lot of pressure to do something like that. So I've never been a fan of it. I know there's some of you out there that are, some of you are not as well. But that narrative of the edit of the show that's kind of like, look how happy these two are because they went to the fantasy suite. Look how miserable they are. They did not go. Here's a lesson to all of you. Go to the fantasy suite. Like, that's sort of what it felt like.
Well, here we are to give the Bachelor producers a lesson here as well, because look at where Chris and Bree are now, producers. They're happy. They got a self-titled album on Spotify. They're doing a rather good job for themselves.
And no fantasy suite.
No fantasy suite. Jamie and Trevor, yes to the fantasy suite. I have no idea if they're actually still together.
Yeah, we tried to do a little, like, snooping around online, and it's hard to tell.
I was really waiting for, like, the joint Instagram statement. Maybe that will come out a little bit later. I will say this. Jamie seems to be hyping up some music of her own. It is just Jamie, though. This is not the Jamie and Trevor album. So make of that whatever you want to make of that.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of wish with this particular show that they would give some kind of an update to just let us know what's going on. Like, even with Matt and Rudy, the two of them felt like, and I know they've kind of done some stuff on YouTube, but I mean, with the show, why not give us some kind of an update? Because it does feel like maybe there is something there for them, but the pressure of the show just got to them. Because Matt's been pretty clear that it's really hard for him to open up, and it's definitely, so that means it's hard for him to open up in a really short period of time. Then you got Chris out there being like, everyone needs to be in love and make music kind of thing. And then Matt's just like, oh man, I'm not there yet. So I guess that means I'm out. Like, where I am in the relationship is just not good enough. So I'm pulling the plug.
This feels a lot like Bachelor in Paradise, where Chris Harrison is like, you better be deeply in love or else. And that is what happened to them. And not just because his name is Matt, but I like Matt. I think he actually comes across as pretty genuine and real. I'm sorry, I can't say that anymore, seriously, but
I also liked him with Rudy, and I liked Rudy with him. And that was something that she said when he was trying to break it off at that point, where she felt that their relationship was just pretty honest. It was, okay, you know, I'm here, you're here, we're going at a different pace than everyone else. Why is that such a bad thing? It shouldn't be. And I agree. It shouldn't be. It's okay that you guys aren't picking out baby names like Chris and Bree. You guys can still be on a path, just a longer path that's like a little longer than, you know, a couple weeks.
This is just, could we have had about 5 to 10 minutes less of the Matt and Rudy breakup? The answer is absolutely yes.
That was like 30 minutes long, guys.
We could have had Chris Harrison just show up like, you know, having a drink at home and basically just fireside chat with us and just like tell us, guys, I'm here with some news. These people are together. These people are not together. Hold on, Chris and Bree are coming on. Oh, they're proposing, and then everybody's even happier. See, they could have given us that, and instead we got 30 minutes of Matt and Rudy doing whatever it was that we're doing, and then, yeah.
And I think having that amount of time with them is probably why I ended up liking them even more than I did, to be honest. Like, they were a couple that I was into, but not as into as Chris and Bree, obviously. I mean, they're amazing. But there was something very honest about the way that their relationship was, and the fact that they weren't on a speed train to Love Town, and that it was going to take patience and time and, you know, a lot of time with them, but that they could still get there. I guess it's just the romantic in me. There's just part of me that wants to go on Instagram and see that they are like, you know what, we're going to give it a try in the real world and take our time. Slow ride.
That would be all right. I don't know if they're even interested in each other, but I kind of want to root for them still. Like, I want to root for them more than I do Jamie and Trevor. I just feel like there's just something about Jamie and Trevor that just makes me awkward. I don't know if it is the way that they've been sort of edited. I don't know, because I think they try to make Jamie out to be kind of weird on the show a lot of the time with some of the ways they keep presenting her.
Yeah, the thing is they both seem like they're perfectly nice people. I don't know anything about them outside the show, so maybe I'm wrong about that, but just going on what the show has shown me, they seem like they're perfectly nice. They seem like they really do like each other, but there just feels like there's kind of a divide in where maybe they are in life. There's something about Jamie that just feels very sort of bright-eyed and brand new to the world of relationships, and there's something about Trevor that feels like that is not the case. And I'm not trying to say like he's a jerk or he's a whatever or he's been with lots of people. That's not even what I mean. It's like a maturity thing where it feels like Trevor's just had more world experience and Jamie is very young, and because of that the relationship just never felt balanced to me.
I think it's almost like, I think Jamie is sort of like Ellie Kemper's character in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, where she like emerges from the bunker and she hasn't really experienced the outside world, and this show is very much like introducing her to a lot of it. And I don't know, and we've said this time and time again on the these videos, it doesn't really matter how old someone is, it's more about maturity.
Yep.
And I just think that Jamie seems like she is sort of in a younger place of her love journey, to use a phrase that terrifies me and makes me sound like I'm making things up like Chris Harrison, but
and you are.
Yeah, I don't. But by the way, can we also say this? Did we really need a confessional of Trevor wearing still his bathrobe? Like, who decided that that was an appealing idea?
I don't know. Them in their, that's what I'm saying. Like, that whole thing with the fantasy suites and him in his bathrobe and her in her bathrobe and, like, you know, juxtaposed against Chris and Bree who are like, nah, we're going to forego it. Now we're fighting. Like, it was just, I don't know, man.
You guys have better have given Chris and Bree the same number of donuts and pastries you gave.
Okay.
They had like the entire donut shop, and they were like Lady and the Tramping the donut, which, by the way, I never want to see that on television ever again. No,
that was a big L for all of us having to watch that. That was strange.
Nobody wants to watch. This is why on a lot of the one-on-one dates on The Bachelor, they're always like sitting in front of the food and they never eat the food. This is why you don't eat the food on TV.
Oh, I agree.
It never looks good, and then having like the blah factor on top of it is just no, I'm good, guys.
Yeah, no, there was just something about their relationship that didn't feel like it was going to work.
I don't know.
And I could be wrong. Maybe they are together and they're perfectly happy, and I'm taking a big L on that.
Well, we've taken plenty of them this week on the other shows anyway.
But I am really happy that Chris and Bree ended up winning. We've been rooting for them since the beginning. Watching, like, we did just come off of Peter's season, which was really awful. And I'm into this show for a tiny bit of drama, but I mean, it needs to be really small, because I'm really into this show to watch people fall in love, because I love love, and I think it's really cool to see that progression of just meeting, watching those sparks, and falling in love. And Chris and Bree gave me that. It felt genuine the whole way through, real love, and it was really cool to watch.
You mean you're telling me you like this and it did not have Chris Harrison showing up to one of their houses unannounced before bringing them back and then trying to orchestrate something after the season while the mother is just angrily spewing from the audience?
So bad.
It was so bad. Also, can I just say I'm so happy that Taye Diggs is finally on a reality TV show after I have spent the past 3 seasons of The Masked Singer thinking that he is one of the people in the disguise.
Maybe he still will be.
Taye Diggs is probably not the frog on The Masked Singer.
Probably not, but if your reality rule stays true, he's now been on this reality show, Masked Singer. Maybe.
Come on, Taye Diggs. Bring me some. Okay, well, before I go down the Taye Diggs rabbit hole here.
Because that means then that I'll get Tina Turner, because I've said that she's on every single season so far, and I've been wrong. I take a lot of L's with reality TV.
The only thing we got kind of right was thinking Tony was good at Survivor. But other than that, we haven't been on a roll lately. But okay, let's just pose the question. I don't know if this is a serious question, but I'm going to pose it anyway. Will there be a season 2 of The Bachelor Presents Listen to Your Heart?
Okay, that's a no, and I feel like we're going to take a win on that. I do not see the show coming back, even though it was immensely enjoyable. I liked this show way more than I thought I was going to. Originally, before this even started, we weren't even going to watch it. And then it was like, well, all this stuff is happening in the world. There's no more TV. Well, we'll give it a try, and I'm so glad I did.
Wait. I'm getting something in my IFB here. I think I'm becoming Chris Harrison. Hold on a second.
All right.
Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the next evolution of The Bachelor. This season, it is about the love of the dance.
Oh my goodness.
Each week,
oh my God.
couples will do their interpretive dance to one another to figure out the beating of their hearts, and it will end in a massive mosh pit / dance mob where the winner gets to basically be thrown off TV and never seen again, because this idea is terrible. But
it is terrible. Instead, bring me the seniors in love, the golden years, that idea. I'm all over watching seniors fall in love again. Please bring that idea. I really want it to happen.
Welcome to The Bachelor at Home, which may be the only Bachelor-related thing that we get for the next. This is the last Bachelor thing we have on the schedule.
Yeah, it seems like they're just going to be showing reruns or whatever. Lots and lots of Bachelor
Congratulations,
seasons.
you can watch Juan Pablo's season again. But no, yeah, this is it, guys. I don't know what we're going to do with ourselves for the next little while, but fingers crossed, obviously, that the world gets better for reasons that are much more important than The Bachelor. But
of course.
The Bachelorette, it's still going to happen, right?
It's still gonna happen.
Okay.
We're still gonna see they're still casting for Claire, and I can't contain my excitement about Claire. She's gonna take no BS from anybody. I am very excited to see this. It is not gonna be nothing, I hope, knock on wood, like Peter's season, where she will actually have somebody good.
You know how they have the one-on-one dates on this season where they have like the random musical guest? How great would it be if it's Chris and Bree who are there, and then it's like they go, and then it's like, this would be the complete opposite of Chase Rice. It would be everything that is good in the world.
I would love that.
All right, well, we'll wrap this up, but
we love you, Chris and Bree.
How much do you love Chris and Bree? If you do not say a lot, your opinion is no longer tolerated. No, let us know what you thought about the finale in the comments. And if you do like this discussion, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the store. And we'll see you here next time.